and welcome back to Singing and Listening. My name is Miss Ashley, and I'm a parent at Cabrillo School who sometimes teaches music as a volunteer.
Hi there, I'm Miss Sandy. I'm also a parent at Cabrillo School and a music volunteer.
So if you remember last time, we learned a new musical term that starts with the letter P. Miss Sandy, can you remind us what it is?
Okay, it starts with a P and the next letter's I, the next letter's T, C, H. The word is pitch.
Pitch, but not like a baseball pitch, right?
Not like a baseball pitch. This is a pitch, a musical pitch. And what it means is how high or how low our musical notes are.
So why do we need pitch? What is so important about it?
Well, if we didn't have pitch, life would be pretty boring. We would just be speaking like this. We would not have any variation in the pitch of our voice.
And the same with music. So if we tried to sing the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, like we did last time, remember last time we did our hand along with the high and low pitches. But what if we were just going to sing it on this note? La. Let's try it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. That's pretty boring, isn't it? It sounds like something a robot would sing. So that's why we need high and low pitches. Can we try making a low pitch that goes high and then goes low again with our voice? Let's start down here. Ooh, that's fun to do. Let's do it fast. Ooh. So we can make lots of different pitches with just our voice. And Miss Sandy's going to tell you a story to help you remember something about pitch that we talked about last time.
That's right. We don't just use pitch when we sing, we use pitch when we speak as well. So I'm going to tell you about a story. I'm sure you know it. It's called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You know that story, right? So Goldilocks, the three bears are out on a walk and Goldilocks comes into the house. First of all, she tries their porridge that's sitting on the table. Then she tries all their chairs in the living room. And lastly, she goes upstairs, she tries their bed, and she falls asleep in one of them. Well, the bears come back from their walk. They go to the table, and Father Bear looks at his porridge and he says, "Someone's been eating my porridge." He's got a really deep pitched voice. The mother bear looks at the porridge and she says, "Someone's been eating my porridge too." Her voice is medium pitched. Then the baby bear walks in and he says, "Someone's been eating my porridge and it's all gone." Now, baby bear, what does he have?
He's got a very high-pitched voice.
Very high-pitched voice. That's right.
And then here's our mama bear, and here's our papa bear. So this should make it easy to remember if you think about the three bears, that large instruments, things like tubas and trombones, things that are very large, even large drums, they make very low sounds like Papa Bear. And medium-sized instruments, maybe like a trumpet, like make a medium pitches. And then really little instruments, I don't know if you've ever seen a piccolo, it's like a little flute. They make very high pitched sounds. So we're going to try making some instruments at home. If you remember last time we played with glasses of water, and we had some that made low pitches if they were very full of water, and some that made high pitches if they just had a little water. So we're going to make instruments with a straw. So if you have a plastic straw, I haven't tried making this with a paper straw, but if you have a paper straw, you could try it too. I don't know if it would work. But if you have a plastic straw, I'm going to cut the bendy part off, even though it makes a cool sound too. So I cut the end off, and then at the top of the straw, I'm going to cut an angle at the top. Now it looks like that. And then I'm going to cut the other way on the same tray. So you get a little triangle at the top. It looks like a little alligator. See the alligator? Once you have your little alligator mouth, you're going to flatten it with your teeth. I took a little practice. You flatten it. And once you get it nice and flat, you can blow into it really hard. And it makes kind of like a whistle.
And that's kind of a low sound too. You know what, Miss Ashley, that reminds me of Papa Bear with the low voice. Yeah.
So if you cut your straw very short, what kind of sound do you think you'll get? Let's see. Yeah, that made a high-pitched sound like our baby.
Reminds me of Baby Bear, that one.
Yep. And then you can even do something in the middle, like this one. That didn't sound very good. And it's somewhere in the middle. So I've got 3 different sizes of straw.
You got the bear family of straws.
Yeah, so you can make your own little band. You can give one to each member of your family and have a little play along. If you don't have a plastic straw, they're harder to find nowadays because we definitely don't want them to end up in the ocean. So, or end up anywhere outside. So a lot of places are moving to paper straws, which you could try and it might work. But if you don't have a straw at all, you can also make a very irritating instrument out of a piece of paper. This is a paper whistle. And if you blow into it, it makes a really horrible sound. So you can make one of these with just a piece of paper. So I've already cut some off of this one, but you can use any size paper you want. And again, you can try playing around with different sizes of paper to see if you get different sounds. So I'm just going to cut a big rectangle out of this paper. I'm going to fold it in half like that. And then I'm going to fold each side down in the opposite direction of that first fold. So I fold one this way, and I'm going to fold one that way, and what you'll end up with is something that looks like the letter M.
And Miss Ashley, if you turn that upside down, it's the letter W.
So what we're going to do is take this top part of our W and cut a hole in it. And again, this is like a science experiment. You could try cutting different size holes and see if that makes a difference in the sound. So this is what I end up with. It's my M with a hole in the bottom. And then if I fold it up like this, I'm going to put my fingers, these 2 fingers on either side, and I'm going to blow into this part right here. It's almost like a little mouth. And it makes a horrible noise. It's going to drive your family crazy. I'm so sorry. So I hope you have fun making your own instruments. I'd love to see pictures of them. So if you have any to share, you can send them to your teacher and she'll send them to Miss Sandy and me. We'd love to talk about them and maybe share them in a future episode. Before we end, let's sing another song that's got the same pitches as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's the alphabet song. Let's sing it together. Miss Sandy's going to follow along the pitches high and low with her hand, although with Zoom, we might not be exactly in sync. We'll try it. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Yay!
Yay!
Well, before we end, let's go way back to our first episode. Do you remember the word that we talked about in the very first episode with little red?
I do.
What is it, Miss Sandy?
It was tempo.
Tempo! And what is tempo?
Tempo is the speed at which we play or sing our music.
So let's see if we can sing our alphabet song at a really fast tempo. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, D, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, once you sing with me. Yay! I can barely play that fast. You can try singing that song at different tempos with your family and see how fast you can go. All right. Well, we hope you have a lot of fun making your instruments and singing songs at different pitches and tempos. And we will see you next time at Singing and Listening.
Bye, everyone.